Welcome to Two Sisters on the Way to Work. Good morning, good morning. Wait for my co-host to get on. What's going on?
What's up? What's up? How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. How's your week going? You on your way to work this morning?
I am. And then we got tomorrow off and Monday, so it's lit.
As we go into the new year.
Yeah,
This
that's
last week kind
crazy.
of been going a little bit slow,
You
but
think so?
we
I think it's going fast. Maybe because I'm actually going to work.
yeah, I've been a little bit
Like,
under the weather, so I've been
yeah,
kind of like, oh, okay, I done did what I
laying
had to do
down.
before 8 o'clock, so
Yeah,
what else is there to do? But we have
it's
a
going
really
too
great
fast.
topic. We have a really great topic this morning. This is one that kind of brushed up on me yesterday as I'm scrolling through Instagram a little bit. But the subject is, will you give up your career for love?
Mm, 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 mm. I want to hear your thoughts on this, and then I give mine.
So, will I give up my career for love? Honestly, I'm going to say no. And the reason I'm
Mm,
going to say no is because I recently came um across this situation. It wasn't really career, but it was more so my passion, my love. Will I give up what it is that God showed me, what it is that I want to do for the sake of being with someone? And my answer will honestly be no.
mm-hmm.
Um, I want to be in a relationship where someone understands who I am and I understand who they are.
Yeah,
And with understanding, there shouldn't be no bashing.
sacrifices.
Right, there shouldn't really be
Yeah.
no sacrifices, no bashing. There shouldn't be no ill remarks. You know how you have sometimes in relationship, people support your spouse supports you. Well, they say they support you, but then they'll throw the like subliminal
The
lines in there,
little
like,
shade,
yeah, like
you
you
wasn't online
always
so much, or
right, you
stuff like
always
that.
this or you always that, or or they'll say things like, what happens if your business goes to crap, or what happens if it doesn't turn out how you want. It's always
Mm-hmm.
what if. And it's just like, okay, I understand the what if, because you need to prepare,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like you throwing shots as if you want that to happen. It's like you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to say, well, you're putting the money before us, but I'm here for you regardless if you have money or not. And I can understand that, but it's just like, dang, I just need a little bit of support. I'm real big on support. That's my answer.
Yeah,
So
I think
I'm
it's
gonna say no.
different for everyone. For me, I don't believe you have to give up anything. So I can't
Right.
really say yes. I can't really say no because I feel like if you're my career, I'm doing something that I love, which is going to be with fitness, something related to fitness, and whoever I find along that journey, they're probably going to be somewhat into that too, whether it's nutrition or nursing, something that has to do with overall health community. And I feel like if you find someone that is doing what you love, you can have your career and you can have love because that person will understand what you're going through. Now, if I had to answer the question, would I give up my career for love? I would say a hard no because if I'm doing what I love, I already have a love, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? um, and
Absolutely.
love will find me with what I'm already doing. So I will not
Absolutely. Do
be like,
you
I love him. I can't do this anymore, guys. I'm out. No,
right? I think,
I'm not
and
doing that.
I see this often in the military space where a lot of women will in their career because, or not in their career, a lot of women will just follow their man is
Hmm.
in the military, and we move every 3 years, we deploy, we do all of this stuff, and you see the woman just tagging along. And I've had this conversation with some of my friends. We don't think that that's fair. I know that's the military lifestyle, but it's just so unfair because I've seen women literally put their dreams down, put their aspirations down. And it's just like, why can't people be in relationships where even though we have to move or we have to do this and do that, why can't the
Hmm.
woman be prioritized? And I'm maybe she is prioritized, but in situations that I've seen from friends, family, and just
Yeah.
being in around certain people in the military, I never see the woman being prioritized. It's always, well, so and so.
I think that's a societal thing because you grew up, the man's supposed to lead, the woman's supposed to follow. I think it all depends on how you were brought up. And for us, we were strong, independent women. And yes, we still know how to, for me, still know how to let a man be a man and I can, follow him. But at the same time, I'm not going to just be like, hey, I'm going to stop everything and do what it is that you need me to do because that can backfire. I've had friends that gotten out of the military, had multiple kids, and then the guy decides, hey, I don't want to be with you no more, and she's
Exactly.
left out here trying to figure out and survive what to do next.
That's exactly what
So
I'm saying.
that's not okay. So women, you can love your husband, but you also need to have something for yourself because if it were to end, what do you have? Yes, you have beautiful, loving kids, but what you need
I
something
don't pay the
else
bill.
too to provide for those kids as well. So
Yeah, whether it's going back to school or just slowly getting into alignment. When I have conversations with some of my associates and some of my friends and just casual conversations at work and stuff like that, what I hear is anytime the woman say, "Oh, I'm going to pursue my business online." I've come across about 5 women in the past year cuz I don't really talk to people, but 5 women in the past year where they have literally came out and said, "My husband don't like me on TikTok or on Instagram. He think it's stupid." And I'm just like, "But you're
that could he
it's
on. But
it's
anywho,
it's one thing to be on it and be fooling around and just being consumed by it, but these women are actually starting businesses and wanting to leverage social media platforms and
I
stuff
think that
like
comes
that."
with the control as well. Some people just want to be in control, and if they figure, well, she's out here, then she may see something or meet someone that's better, or she may make more money. It's a whole lot that goes into that. But if you are supporting who you are with, you
They're
don't have to worry
not.
about that.
They're not, and it pisses me off. I'm just like, why can't I wish we just had some men to just chime in and just listen in and really come because I'll bring y'all ass on stage. I want to know why aren't y'all as supportive to y'all woman? And it even goes for in lesbians relationships. Just why aren't people supportive of their spouses moving forward? It's so frustrating because when the man wants to do something, bro, I've seen it several times. A woman be like, okay, well, we got, they already making plans as to what needs to happen to
I think it's always easier something for women because that's kind of like in our genetics to be supportive. Be like, all right,
the
this is what we need to do
choice.
to get here, here, here. But when it comes to themselves, we always feel like we need to take care instead of take care of ourselves. And that's why in 2023, and I've done that this year too, my mental health and self care is always going to be number one on my list because if I don't take care of myself, I can't really take care of someone else. So I think people just need to prioritize themselves a little bit better.
People do need to prioritize themselves a little better, and they need to wake up. When you get caught in that whole mindset of being the wife that cooks and cleans and take care of the kids and that's it, and then when it's time for you to finally say, hey, you know what, this year I'm worrying about myself. I've actually had a friend who said that to her husband, like, yo, I don't care what you think about what I'm doing it, I'm thinking about me, and everybody around here is just going to have to shift.
Right.
And that's what happened, and she's doing real good, she's making a lot of money, and it's like she had to prove something to her spouse. And that's like, I'm like, why do you have to prove something to him? Like, ew. I never want to be in a relationship where I have to prove
That's funny.
anything to anyone. If you're with me, you don't have to agree with what I'm doing. You don't have to fully understand or comprehend what I'm doing. But dang, it's so hard. Is it so hard for you to just support?
Yes.
Because you think that everything that, from a female standpoint, do you think that everything that a man does or a husband does, a wife likes it? Do you really
Of
think
course
that?
not.
She
No,
probably
no,
don't
no,
like
no.
coming to your work function. She probably don't even like the fact that you work where you work, but she don't say anything. She supports.
I
She
think
she,
being in
she
a
values
relationship,
what makes you happy.
yeah, and that's good to. You want to make each other happy, but in a relationship, there's ebbs and flows. You have to communicate, and not everything is going to be what that person wants 100% of the time. But it all boils down to what you said and that support. Like if everybody's supporting each other and nobody's feeling like, oh, I'm here, I am supporting you again, and you're not getting me support. If they do that, then everything will work out. So you can have your career and you can have love. It's just gonna take a little bit more communication. Now, if you choose one or the other, they both have their pros and cons. I will say that.
Yeah, they both have their pros and cons, but I just my biggest thing is, if I go above, see, before it get to a level where I'm out, right? I
Mm-hmm.
do communicate. I know sometimes, maybe listening to this, they say, "Oh, well, you strong minded. If your spouse do one thing, then you out." No, that's not true. It takes, it goes to levels and stuff like that. So for me, it has to really reach that level where I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna sit here and take this anymore. I'm out. You're not supportive. I don't like it. I support you whatever
Mm-hmm.
you do, whether it's business or personal, and I can't get that same respect. So I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm done being that person that has to sit here and hear you say subliminal stuff as to what it is that I'm doing because it don't seem ideal for you. And that's another thing. I've been in relationships where I've dated someone who was more so in the corporate space, but I'm in the
Mm-hmm.
business space, meaning I'm more so I'm a self-employed type of mindset
Yeah.
person. And she was more so get a degree and go get a job paying 90K a year. The problem is I never had a problem with that type of lifestyle,
Yeah.
but it seemed as though she had a problem with the self-employed lifestyle. Like
Well, it's a little bit different. Self-employed kind of it's a free for all,
it's a if
which
I
is good
don't,
and bad. It's all structured, but corporate is a little bit okay. I go to work 8 to
it's
3.
safe.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. But I'm okay with that. That's the thing. I'm okay with you playing it safe. But
Yeah.
if I'm not interrupting um none of the lifestyle that we're living to a point where it's like you have to compromise. Like, why is it an issue? I'm
Yeah.
not sitting here saying, "Oh, you gonna have to cover for my portion of the bills or whatever." We're still at a flow. You know what I'm saying? The money's still
Yeah.
rolling in. You have
I
to
think
under
that's why it's important, like now, dating, 2022, 2023, it's important to have, when I was saying, just meet up for tea or coffee and talk for like 15 minutes and be like, all right, this is kind of what I'm looking for, and da 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 da. And then kind of go from there versus wasting people's time. Because nowadays, people are career driven and they're not going to take away from something they love to put into someone who doesn't, they don't have the same goals as far as
yeah,
what they
because
want,
absolutely
marriage or
don't even
kids or just a date or just to have a vacation buddy. Like, I think people just need to be upfront, and then you can find a way to love, you know.
absolutely because like you said, we don't have enough time. People are I mean, nothing is guaranteed in the corporate world anyway, and that's why I like the self-employed life because you can be working for somebody for 15 years and get cut from the job. You don't know. So that's why it's
Hmm.
best to position yourself in a financial state for those what ifs. But support is something that is high on the list for me because again, what if I am working a corporate job and I get fired? Are you gonna be down my throat
Oh, that
about?
happened to one of my friends. I mean, I'm gonna stay on top of it, but that has happened. Plenty of people I know.
Yeah, and if you don't have a spouse who's gonna support you in those ups and downs, it's like, okay, why? I can not support myself by myself. Like, what? I don't need to be with somebody and them not support me. That's
Yeah, that's a little
weird.
bit more mental stress, and I'm all about
Yeah,
alleviating that. And so, mm-mm.
absolutely. But do you have anything that you wanted to add or take away from this topic?
I
Really
mean,
simply putting
yeah.
it to the
So
point.
it all boils down to what you want in life. And I think with 2023 being around the corner, it's time to sit down and make a plan and decide on, hey, if I want to focus on my career, if I want to be better in my relationship, whatever that is, make a plan so that when next year come next week, you are ready to implement it. That's all I got.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. Y'all, this is Two Sisters on the Way to Work. You can listen to the playback on YouTube. We got a couple of subscribers over there. Shout out to everybody over there on YouTube and
Yeah, yeah,
everybody listening
yeah.
on Clubhouse. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all can catch us here at least 4 times a week. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Y'all stay blessed.
Peace.